The steep hike in rail fares that was announced last week was strongly defended by the government as a necessary lifeline for the railways. But last night, under pressure from its oldest ally, the Shiv Sena, a partial rollback was announced with no increase now in second-class fares for up to 80 kilometers on suburban trains. With the Prime Minister talking about a bitter pill and many hoping that populism was a thing of the past, the rollback has been strongly criticized. In fact, today the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, which was widely expected to hike gas prices, natural gas prices, did not do so. They have deferred that decision by 3 months. So where is the reform government that the BJP kept talking about? Is it also resorting to the populism that the UPA resorted to in the past? We still have Rajiv Gowda and Siddharth Nath Singh with us. Also joining us, Arvind Sawant, Member of Parliament and Deputy Leader of the Shiv Sena, and Dr. Brinda Jagirdar is also with us. She's a well-known economist. Neerja Chaudhary stays with us as well. Let me take this to Dr. Jagirdar first. Ma'am, how do you look at these two decisions today? One, on the partial rollback. Two, the gas price hike didn't happen as many had expected. It wasn't going to be as high as what had been earlier recommended, but still it was expected. Is this, according to you, a disappointing move?
There's no doubt about the fact that we need to get our finances in order. Whether it's railways or whether it's a general budget, our finances are really way out of kilt and they have to come back into position. So in that context, the increase in railway fares that was announced, the rail prices, that was, I think, very much in line with what was required for the economy. Now, about 20% of the railways receipts comes from passenger fares and 50% comes from cargo. Over the years, what has been happening is that this component, receipts from this component have been falling, and the railways are increasingly relying on gross budgetary support and market borrowings. Clearly, this is unsustainable in the long term. So to that extent, the increase was really warranted, and they have not been able to increase it over the years. But at the same time, this relief that they have given to suburban commuters, that also is very welcome, because perhaps bringing in, front-loading all the increases would really have put pressure. So in that context and to that extent, this rollback, as you call it, I would not really call it a rollback, but I would say that this is something which they have, which has really helped the suburban commuters. So that is welcome. But overall, we really need to get our finances in order, and there is no
Neerja Chaudhary, let me bring you in here.
From the fact that we have to pay for the services.
All right. So, Neerja Chaudhary, though, what about the perception then? Because, here is a government that was seen with this, enormous mandate, pushing for reform. A decisive government is what everybody was promised. And then you have a partial rollback or relief for commuters. Either you take a decision or you stick to it. Why change your mind? And then the gas price hike has also not happened. Now, both these things, when seen together, one then wonders what's going on. Neerja.
Point number one, there are state elections due in Maharashtra, Haryana and Delhi in October. And the Shiv Sena protested very vehemently given the kind of protests and reactions that they saw in Mumbai. I'm at the moment in Mumbai, and I've heard commuters say this in the last 2-3 days, that रेल का भाड़ा बढ़ गया, अच्छे दिन आ गए, भिंडी के दाम बढ़ गए, अच्छे दिन आ गए. So they were being very, very sarcastic, unhappy, dissatisfied, and that was not good news at all, given the fact that elections are very important, high-stake elections are coming in this state of Maharashtra. Now, the government should have thought this through. 14.2% hike is one thing, but if you have a suburban pass costing 190 rupees go up to 400 rupees, you're looking at 100 and 200% increase, which people are going to protest about. So I think this should have been thought through very carefully in the first place, then the rollback would not have taken place. But I think it was done in a hurry.
No, but then in which case, how different is it from the compulsions that the earlier government faced, Neerja? I mean, state elections have often been cited as reasons for not taking difficult economic decisions. Then it's not very different from the situation the UPA was in.
Absolutely. UPA also had these compulsions, and you see, the inability to control prices was one of the things that did the UPA in. Now, people's expectations are skyrocketing about this government that they will do it. So when there are signs of, prices going up, and that's one of the reasons why the gas price hike has been put on hold again for 3 months till after the state elections. So those are the hard, real political compulsions that the NDA government is having to contend with, as was the case with the UPA government.
Okay, I'll take that criticism then to Siddharth Nath Singh first. That Siddharth, was this something that needed to have been thought through much more thoroughly before the fare hike was then announced, as Neet just said? Because it doesn't do the government's image any favors to be seen to be doing what the UPA did, which was announce a hike and then announce rollbacks.
Well, Nidhi, let me say, there is a difference between the governance of UPA 1 or UPA 2 with the current government, NDA, under Modi ji. Let me also add here, no government likes to increase fares and everything, particularly when it affects the common man. But at the end of the day, as the economist lady was speaking, we do need to manage our finances. So what was not done by the UPA 2, we have done it by increasing it by 14.2% and 6.5%. Now, as far as the Maharashtra is concerned, Mumbai, we all felt, it's not that it was felt by the Shiv Sena or anybody, the Cooper, the train tickets, monthly train tickets and all jumping by almost to 200%, it was a heavy burden on them. So it was decided, and kind of relief has been given to them. But at the same time, to create a perception that the government is going to run away and will act on a populist scheme, I don't think so. It's too early for anybody to comment.
No, but
you will see during the budget how things are going to roll out.
Did you need the Shiv Sena to tell you that? My question is that did it really need Shiv Sena protests to tell you that this was a huge burden, especially on suburban commuters?
As I said, it was not only Shiv Sena.
Oh, you owned the decision. You strongly defended it all these days.
I said we all felt it. I used the word we all felt it, not only Shiv Sena. So it was rightly that you can't burden with 200% increase. So that has been reduced, and it's a welcome step. As far as the gas pricing is concerned, Nidhi, I don't think we can pass a judgment, because what I understand, I don't have authentic, but what I understand, that the gas price formula is a little complicated, not little, it's quite complicated, and it needs more time to adjust certain things. But yes, the gas price needs to be enhanced for that, because we need to increase our production. At the end of the day, it will help in reducing the fiscal deficit if our own production in India goes up.
Okay, let me just get Rajiv Gowda in, who I know is dying to jump in over here. Rajiv Gowda, you should also then welcome the rollback, because you're all saying for the last 3-4 days that there should be a rollback, there should be a rollback. You should welcome it. Why criticize it?
Nidhi, the point is not about the specifics of this issue. It's about the style of governance, right? They promised miracles when in the election rhetoric, and now when they have to govern in prose, when they realize that it's not, that budgets have to be balanced and things of that sort, then the reality hits. Now, there are many policy objectives that have to be met. We want more commuters on suburban rails and not on the road in public, in private transportation. So there are larger policy reasons for incentivizing and subsidizing, suburban rail. There are also lessons to be learned from the UPA and its handling of gas price hikes or petroleum price hikes and things of that sort. We want to create the right incentives there as well. So but we put in a phased increase over time. So it's, in this mindless criticism of the UPA, you're missing out on the lessons that can be learned on how even challenging, non-populist, unpopular decisions can be rolled out in a manner that balances economic sanity with, people's needs and gives them time to adjust. So essentially, we really would like to see some more careful attention. And the announcement of this hike, before the railway budget, you saw that letter that Mr. Modi had written when he was chief minister, essentially criticizing this exact same method. Why this hypocrisy? Why write one thing 2 years earlier, 3 years earlier, and then have your government go ahead and do exactly the same
No,
thing.
so let me
and
ask
Parliament is
Arvind
going to convene in
Sawant.
2 weeks.
Mr. Sawant, you know,
so
you're
it
a
is
Shiv
just-
Sena MP. Mr. Sawant, do you agree? I mean, of course, you're happy and you're relieved that your appeal to the government was heard and that there was this partial rollback. But would you agree that this doesn't make the government look very good? This is not good PR for the government.
It's nothing like that, you know. Anything for the welfare of the common man. If it is rollback or if you go push the decision, it is nothing wrong in it. I don't think something has done, government has done something wrong over there by rollbacking the hike price. Fact remains that just now I heard that we were not together. It's not so. In fact, BJP and Shiv Sena were together. All 10, 15 MPs from Mumbai, we went and saw the minister. We had an elaborate meeting on the issue. Every one of us has spoke about it and said that the price hike is exorbitant. It was more than 150 or 200% for the season pass, and we were specific on season pass. Try to understand this. 14.2, suppose the ticket is 10 rupees, what will be the price, next price? 11 rupees 40 paisa. What would have been the status of the public? People would not have said no for that. But in case of a seasonal pass, the price for 190 went to 480 for a second class Andheri Churchgate. That means it is 153% hike. That was brought to the notice.
You don't think that they should have factored that in before announcing it? That it looks bad for the government to have a rollback even if it's partial?
It's okay, that should have been done, but then past is past now. Why to discuss all these things right now? Government has taken a good decision for the welfare of the public. They have rolled back it. 75 lakh commuters are there in Mumbai. They travel by local trains from VT to CS to Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus to Kasara Karzar, then Churchgate to Virar, Palghar. They are traveling in a local train and they are so jammed. Life is at the stake. And
But
those
you know, the
people are
question
being
is,
given a leave.
and I'll
It should have been a-
I'll take
it
this
should
back
have
to
been a
Siddharth
welcome
Nath Singh.
decision. It should have been a welcome.
That, you know, Siddharth Nath saying, you know, a lot of the criticism that comes from people who are well-wishers of the BJP today online and otherwise is that, I'll quote one tweet for instance to you, that decisive governments don't shy away from making hard choices. And you know, Mr. Modi spoke of the bitter pill. Then stand by those hard choices. Stand by that bitter pill. You know, why do a reversal the way the UPA used to do it? Because we've heard the arguments
No, I
about
don't
coalition
think so.
compulsions for 10 years.
We are not talking about coalition.
It's not a
compulsions
coalition
or
compulsion.
anything. We have
was
taken a
not
hard
so.
decision. We have bit the bullet to increase by 14.2 and 6.5%. It has been pending since February of UPA 2 regime, but they didn't have the gumption to go ahead. We have the confidence that we will be able to recover the lost glory of the Indian Railways, and also to bring the economics of the railway back on track. So all those things needs to be taken. For example, even if you, just to give you example, today there is a massive train accident. Now, why this train accident cannot be stopped? I'll tell you the reason. 3 years back, the Prime Minister cleared an automated signalling system, but the UPA 2 did not have the funds to implement it. Then this has been lying there for last 3 years. There are, by signaling you can increase the number of frequency of the train on the same track. It helps you to generate. So these are the steps which will be taken by the BJP, and they are in the interest
But then you
of the
send out a
railways.
signal
So
that you're
kind of
going to
thing
give
will
into
come through if
populist
you have the
pressure. You
financials with
gave,
you.
look, you took a very bold decision. Many complimented you all for it. Forget the politics of it. But then under populist pressure, you backtracked ever so slightly, but you backtracked.
No, we
That's
have
the
not
point.
backtracked. We have just
Ma'am, it's not.
no. It is not backtracked. We have only adjusted where it concerns the Mumbai suburban trade, not all over India.
That's all.
So
That's
there
all,
is,
nothing else.
and it was phenomenal.
Exactly.
And I don't have I can't say that 150 or 200% could have is required there, because it was hurting the common man. Yes, we do need, and we have stuck to that 14.2. We are going to create more, bring in more money through other schemes for the railway, so that signaling, tracks, a lot of other things, segregating the tracks for the freight as well as the passenger, they all need to be brought in. We cannot remain as a silent spectators and let it whittle away. So all those things will be done, which UPA did not do it because they didn't have the guts or they did not have the money.
Okay, Nirja, do you buy that argument that this is an adjustment? I mean, after all, governments also do have to respond to feedback. So one can look at it that way, that look, they took a decision when the feedback received was that this may have just gone too far and would, you know, genuinely hurt a large number of people, that there needs to be a, you know, a relook at that, and they need to be flexible. So it can be seen in that perspective also, or you think that that will not go down?
No, I think that from the ordinary person's point of view, certainly if the government defers to public outcry, there's nothing wrong in it, and takes corrective measures. And certainly the suburban commuter in Mumbai was hard hit, that was a fact. And as I said earlier, this is something that should have been factored in the first place. Why it wasn't factored in, I don't know. So you have charges of rollback and what we are now discussing this evening.
Okay, Brinda Jagirdar, what, you heard the BJP spokesperson there saying that, which is also true, that they have still, stood by the overall fare hike everywhere else, and that is also very, very important. So do you believe that, fundamentally, their reformist agenda is still on track, or it's wavered just a little with both the gas price delay and this?
Absolutely, Nidhi. I think the reform agenda is still very much on track. Look at what the government has done with the MSP for the Kharif crops. They have raised it, haven't they? So it's not as if there is going to be no increase. And this particular relief given to the Mumbai suburban commuters, I think was in response to huge public demand, and the government did well by listening to that section and by really understanding their problems. Once they are able to upgrade the facilities, give more trains, give more facilities, give more safety, then I suppose that will bring back the confidence and people will be more willing to pay. But right now they feel that they are already very burdened.
Absolutely
and what is happening is these increases are coming one after the other. And especially when inflation and food inflation still continues to be very high. So that is what is really pinching the common man.
Okay.